Good evening there. You're watching QTV Youth Dialogue and I am Jennifer Sonko. So it's always good to be back. And last week we weren't here, obviously due to reasons beyond our control. But we are happy that we are back here today and on a very interesting program that we've been having for the past 3 years, 4 years, you know. How old? Almost 5 years now. Yeah, so it's been a long time since we started this program. Since the inception, since Youth Dialogue started, all these years we've been having it. And it's on Menstrual Hygiene Day, which is on the 28th of May. But because of the date, you know, we're deciding to celebrate it belatedly. And I'm so happy that I'm joined by, you know, one of the most consistent individuals that I know. Sometimes I even forget that Menstrual Hygiene Day is upcoming. And then a week to go, she'll be like, what are we doing? She's like, I'm like, okay, she's putting the producer on her feet. What are we doing? And then she will come up with all the ideas. So I would say she's literally producing this program today. I did not do anything. All I needed to do is to look good and be here, you know, to have this conversation with her. But Fatoumata, thank you so much for being here and for being here all these years.
Thank you so much, Jenaba, for always having me and my team at Girls Pride to talk about very, very important issue like period poverty.
Yeah, so first of all, remind us how Girls Pride even started before we get into the Menstrual Hygiene Day. So Girls Pride as your baby organization, how did it start?
So basically, it was just one of the personal experiences I had. I went through period poverty. And then also with the work I do in the communities, I realized that girls are still going through the same thing. Period poverty, that affected my education like 17 years ago. It's still affecting girls' education. It is affecting their health. It is affecting their socio-economic status. So, and then with networking, and I came to learn about reusable sanitary pads.
Right.
So the idea wasn't something that I just sat in my room and I came up with the idea. It is something that I learned from other people who implemented proven initiatives that address period poverty. That was why we initiated Girls Pride, to address period poverty and also raise awareness about other sexual and reproductive health issues affecting mainly adolescents in the Gambia.
So it is safe to say that you're the first person to introduce reusable sanitary products in the Gambia. Is it safe to say that?
I wouldn't say I am the first person, but I would say Girls Pride, it's one of the leading organizations that has been raising awareness about reusable sanitary pads.
Okay, so someone else was doing it before
I wasn't aware.
You were, I wasn't aware either.
I wasn't aware, so I will not say we are the first.
To be on the safer side, let me also say I wasn't also aware, and I spoke to other people who also say they weren't aware of this. So how do you feel about the fact that it's all over the place now? You know, there are a lot of people actually doing the same thing. You know, it's amazing that you know, when I see people now in even competitions, people go and pitch this in competitions.
So I am glad that many people are now on board to talk about period poverty and also provide reusable sanitary pad to women and girls. So the more people will have, the better.
Okay, so you don't feel...
It's not about competition.
That's what I want to bring out. So you don't feel bad about the fact that...
It's not about competition. I cannot support all the girls in the Gambia. So the more people will have, the better. We need individuals, we need grassroots organizations, we need government on board, we need international organizations. So we need everybody on board.
Okay, but then, as you know, one of the leading organizations, as you mentioned, and we didn't know anyone at the time who was doing it till you came, you know, do they come to you for you to train them or give them the necessary advice when it comes to hygiene and everything it comes with, making reusable pads?
We have few organizations that come to us for us to provide our skills and expertise. But most of the time you just see people coming up with the idea. So one thing that at Girls Pride we know that we have the expertise, and because our team members who provide the trainings are all professionals. We have nurses, we have midwives, we have nurses with specialties like bachelor's degree in reproductive health, master's degree in sexual and reproductive health, and even PhD in sexual and reproductive health. So for us, we know we have the expertise and we have the professional background, and also we have the skills in making reusable sanitary pads. So we are safe in whatever we are doing.
Okay, so you're safe. Okay, but all right, good. I just, you know, wanted to know, you know,
it's not competition.
It's no competition, and it's important that it's coming from you. It's no competition, you know, and all. But
because we are not a profit-making organization. We do sell our products and services so that we can raise money to
support
provide
girls again
in the community, especially those from low-income families. So it's not about Girls Pride is paying our salaries. Nobody is paid a salary in Girls Pride. So whatever we do, it's voluntary services.
So with that, obviously, then you don't have a problem with hundreds of people doing it at the end of the day.
The more people, like I said, the better for Gambia.
The better. Oh, you're so generous.
Because we need to address period poverty. And break the taboo so that we can move forward. We want to advance gender equality. We want to see girls achieving their dreams. So if we have more people on board, we can address the problem and move to another pressing problem.
All right. I love that. I love that. So moving on, let's get to the conversation, as always, as we do every year. You know, we could have said we are not going to get into this anymore. But last year, maybe someone missed the show and did not even go to YouTube to check it. So luckily, maybe someone who did not watch all these years is watching today. So just quickly, we're just going to take a look at the different options that women have when it comes to, you know, sanitary products.
Yes, so like you said, every year we just do a refresher of the different sanitary products that are available for women and girls out there. So we all know most people use disposable sanitary pads. These are one-time use. You use it and discard it. We also have panty liners, but the panty liner, you cannot use it during your period. So you can use the panty liner maybe the first day of your period or the last day, just to make sure you don't stain yourself. Or if you have secretions or you have infections, you don't want to stain yourself, you can use panty liner, but you cannot use a panty liner during your period. So at Girls Pride, this is what we advocate for, and this is what we make, reusable sanitary pads because of their benefits. They are eco-friendly, made of cotton materials. They are 100% chemical-free and plastic-free. Because in as much as we want to address period poverty, we want to provide something sustainable for women and girls to manage their periods without having any of these chemical side effects. We don't also want to cause harm to the environment, like disposable sanitary pads that you floss and it blocks the sewage system, or you throw it in the garbage, it is born, you know, it can affect the quality of air we breathe, or you can sometimes find disposable pads or baby diapers in the waterways and around the river. So that is why we advocate for the use of reusable sanitary products, and all the time we provide reusable sanitary pads.
You know what, I just remember one time I used a panty liner because I didn't know that, you know, a panty liner is not the actual pad. So when I saw the panty liner, I was like, this is amazing, which means when I use the panty liner, it's not going to like show that there's something big, because, you know, the big ones, it kind of shows and you're like shy. So I was like, this is like some amazing innovation. I used it and I stayed, it didn't work. Because I didn't know that
it's not meant
for that.
You know? So even with the pads, you have heavy flow pads and you have light flow or medium flow. So if you bleed very heavily and you use a light flow pad, you will definitely stain yourself.
You stain yourself.
Or if you don't change it after 4 to 5 hours, you will definitely stain yourself.
And that's the
and now
worst part.
You will blame the manufacturer or the seller. You
read instructions. So up next.
So we also have the menstrual cup. This is made of silicone, and it can be used for 10 years. You can, when you insert this, you can use it for 12 hours maximum, but you can change it in between.
That's a long
so
time.
It collects the blood. You insert it in the private part. You know, it collects the blood.
Keep it.
When you want to remove it, you remove it, and then you throw the content, you wash it again.
And then you use it again.
Yes, you reuse it.
But do you just wash it with water at that point in time?
It has to be sterilized. So usually we advise people to have 2 cups. So once you are using one, you already sterilize the other one. So it has a container where you can keep it safe. So you can boil it before use and then after use.
But people really do. I don't think menstrual cups are really
in popular. In the Gambia, most people don't use it. You only find 1 or 2 people who will make inquiries about the menstrual cup. But in the Western world and East or Southern Africa, many people switch to it because it is one of the most sustainable and eco-friendly sanitary products. Like I said, you can use this for 10 years. And you will not generate any waste
with it
from your period.
But what I want to know, how comfortable is this? Like, you're not going to feel like there's something
I've never used this before, but people who have used it, some have discomfort, some, you know,
it must be discomforting.
Some will tell you this is the only thing they prefer.
Really?
Yes. So it all comes with time. When you use something, with time you get used to it.
Okay.
So you try it. If it doesn't work for you, you switch to another option.
Okay, but it's working for people
who are
using it.
It works very well. It works very well. That is why you have a lot of companies producing this.
it.
Yeah. Like I said, it doesn't cause any waste in the environment. And with reusable parts, when you use it after 2 years or 3 years, if you need to dispose it, you just bury it and it decomposes.
Because it's fabric?
Yes. Unlike the disposable parts, once you bury it, it is there. It can take according to research, it can take 500 to 800 years. The plastic will never decompose.
Yeah, right.
We also have a menstrual disc. It is also inserted in the private part. It's also an option that women use.
Okay.
So like I said, in the Gambia, the use of the menstrual disc and the menstrual cup, it's not common. Most people don't know about it. So that is why when we do our trainings at Girls Pride, we expose women and girls to all these options so that you can have the decision to make on your own to say, this is what I want to use, this is what I want to use.
Yeah.
Depending on the availability and whether you can afford it or not.
But how expensive is the menstrual cup and the disc?
It's pretty not very expensive, but you can always buy it online on Amazon, eBay, and other sites.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, because people don't use it in the Gambia, so we only got few that we use during our training and advocacy program.
And I know the last time you brought tampon as well.
Yes, tampon also is a disposable sanitary product that it's also inserted in the private
it's like
part.
The normal.
Yes, so you use it one time and also throw it. So tampons and disposable pads are causing a lot of waste on the environment.
Yeah.
So all around the world, people are advocating for reusables. So reusable pads, reusable diapers, reusable cups, everything now should be reusable, because we also want to consider the human effect on the environment. We've all seen the effect of climate change, and usually it's always women and girls who are mostly affected. So as women and girls within reproductive age, we can also do for the environment.
We can.
So that is why you can always see the hashtag green periods. You know, you want to have healthy, sustainable menstrual products that will not cause harm to the environment. You know, you will not cause harm to yourself and also to the domestic animals we have, waterways and water bodies.
Yeah, that
it's
is
one
true.
of the ways that women and girls can contribute to the fight against climate change.
Yeah, because we all know climate change is now like a hot conversation. You know, leaders fly from all over the world every single year in one destination for COP. You know, COP27 is coming in Dubai, where all leaders are going to meet to talk about climate-related issues. But these little things we leave out.
So fighting climate change is not just about planting trees. So that is why we launched a project called Tree for Parts.
Okay.
You know, where we encourage young people to plant trees, you know, give back to their community in exchange with reusable parts. So that they know that they can plant trees, but in other way they can also switch to reusable parts so that they don't cause any waste on their environment during their period.
Amazing, amazing. Innovative. I think Girls Pride is doing so well when it comes to coming up with all these innovative ideas. But we're just going to open the lines while we play a game that you will just introduce shortly. But we'll open the lines because, you know, this is a kind of a conversation where we want the people to be involved, to ask the relevant questions, clear your doubts. You know, while I was going to school, crazy stories if I tell you, like I said, with the panty liner, and I started my period very early. I started when I was in grade 6. Imagine, that is little girl.
Was very early.
That was too early for me, Fatmata. And none of my friends or classmates at the time were seeing their period. Imagine how traumatizing that was. So what I used to do was, I had a dictionary where I'll put my pad in, because I don't even want my friends to see that I am seeing my period. Because for me, it was a crime. I thought I did something. That is why I'm seeing my period at grade 6. When I'm just an innocent child who was like mature so early, like at grade 6, that was too much, you know. So I can remember me and my best friend, we were in the shower together. So she saw blood coming out. So she's like, where's this blood coming from? I'm like, so I made her believe. Luckily, I was wearing a red pants. So I made her believe it's because I washed the pants. So the red stuff is coming out from there. So me and her, every menstrual hygiene day, we go on our status. She reminds me of the fact that you scammed me when you saw your period. And I can remember she saw her period around grade 8 to 9. So imagine all those years. So it was just too much for me. Grade 6 was just not a cool grade. So
that is why educating people or teaching your daughter about menstrual hygiene, it's never too early.
Never too early.
Because people have different physiology. So you can start your period at the age of 10 or 12. Somebody can have a late period, menarche. The person can start seeing her period at 16 or 14 when you started at 10 or 12. So you cannot compare the experience that
it's just, you know, I was like, oh, I got, you know, so it's crazy for the people that get mature so early.
It's always traumatizing because some people will think they have cancer, some will say they are dying.
Man, I didn't know, I knew it was period, okay? Because we were told during grade 4, I can remember one Mr. Jallo. Because at the time that I was going to school, Pop FLE was still in existence. But the fact that it came that early, you're going to forget all the education if there's no one to counsel you. So it was really, it was really crazy. My friend will tell you how traumatizing that was because of the gap and how little I was and all of that. But knowing what I know now, it's a matter of doing this we are doing now to educate that little girl in grade 6 that's going to see her period so early, to tell them that it is okay.
It's normal.
It's so normal to like see your period. So the numbers are right in front of the screen. Call us and then ask all the questions that you have in relation to menstrual hygiene and everything it encompasses. So we're going to get straight up to the game that we're just introducing this year. Yes, let's go.
Okay, so this is the Fune board game.
Okay.
You remember in 2022, we played a game here. It was the prototype of this.
Oh, it was a prototype.
Now, this is the final product.
Okay.
It's the Fune board game.
And it's developed by Girls Pride?
Yes, I was working on this almost 3 years now.
Amazing.
So eventually we got the final product last year. So we call it Fune, which means bringing hope to young people.
Okay.
And it's a learning platform that gives young people the opportunity to learn about everything around menstrual hygiene, puberty, female reproductive
system. So we'll just hold it there and get this call. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Busumbala.
Okay.
Yes. I'm just watching your program on TV. So interactive and very educative.
Right.
I just have a question, that is, where can someone get this? Because I want to find it for my wife.
Okay, the reusable one, right? The one you can use again?
Yes.
Okay, so that's with the Girls Pride. So she will just answer that before we leave, and she will give all the numbers to call to be able to get it.
Okay.
But I'm glad that he's calling to get it for his wife.
So I'm very happy he called, because this is one of the things we advocate for. Men stepping in to buy sanitary pads for their wife, for their daughters. So thank you very much, sir,
for calling. Thank you for calling.
You know, this is very encouraging. Maybe we will get one of the questions that is saying, is it okay for men and boys to buy sanitary pads, and also discuss about periods?
In fact, men should buy this, you guys, when they marry someone, automatically they should be buying this. Yes or no? Let somebody call and tell me. Let's go ahead.
So, like I said, with the game, young people use this as a learning platform because...
so we have another caller on the line. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Naam, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Kajatufi, calling from Lasukuna.
Okay, do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
For the she's
yes, go ahead, Fatimata.
I just want to ask, like, I do hear about if you have menstruation, you shouldn't eat, or drink cold water. I don't know how authentic is that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question.
So those are all the misconceptions, the myths and the taboos that comes around periods. It has nothing to do with your period. It will not affect anything. So period, it's a normal process that comes to every woman who is within her reproductive age. and it's ovulating on a normal basis. So every month, it's a way of your womb cleansing itself of the tissues that are not needed.
Okay.
So whether you drink cold water or hot water, it has nothing to do with the period. It will not affect the period.
Okay.
Probably you will say, if I'm having menstrual cramps, if I drink warm water, it helps. That is you.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that it will work
applies for another person.
General.
Okay.
You can put warm water in a bottle and apply it, or put it on your abdomen, lower abdomen. It can help relieve the pain.
That's for some people,
yes,
not for everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it will work for everyone. So some people will tell you if you take in wonjo or palm oil, it makes the blood thicker. All those things are just myths and misconceptions.
Misconception.
Yes.
So another caller on the line. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Hello.
Hello. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Aina.
Okay. So do you have a question or a comment?
Yes, I just want to make a comment.
Okay. Yes?
Yes, Jennifer Gasu.
Yes, Aina.
I know, like...
Oh, Aina.
Hey,
I'm happy you called.
I just wanted to compliment Fatimata. She's really doing a good job. Yeah, I've been following her, and I feel so proud of her because she has trained lots and lots of my people,
right,
in the community, to the schools. Even the past program I did last week, she was the one who trained my TOTs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are really asking, are demanding for this.
Right.
So I think she is really a gem, and I believe that everyone should support her because she is the first person to initiate this in the Gambia.
Right.
And I always recommend people to go to Girls Pride, and she knows what I'm talking about. The religious sanctuary part is very important. It's very good because, you know, that's what our great-grandparents were using. So Girls Pride coming with this initiative to modernize the sanitary part, it's the flaws.
Yes, true.
Yeah, because we know as health workers about the dangers of using the disposable. All that she just commented or mentioned there, think it's very important for people to listen to it. Because the disposable ones are causing a lot of harm.
Right, right.
They're not eco-friendly. Most of these sewages are blocking because of these disposable sanitary pads.
Right.
I think people should listen very well and, you know, support her in whatever she's doing and the advices that she's going to make during these programs in terms of menstrual hygiene and menstrual health management.
True.
So thank you for this program.
Thank you so much. And thank you for the work that you're doing with the adolescent girls as well.
Thank you.
Naman nañ la this morning. Yeah, naman nañ la this morning.
Thank you, thank you. So she is one of the, she is the principal investigator of a project under the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. And we've worked with her and trained over 150 people on how to make sanitary pads.
Nice.
And 26 teachers were trained as trainers.
Nice.
And then we helped them set up reusable pad banks in the schools.
Amazing.
That is through her project.
Amazing.
So teachers are trained how to make reusable sanitary pads so that these are home science teachers. You know, they teach students how to sew baby dresses. So
now they can make this too.
So the idea is teachers learn this, teach their students how to make reusable parts, and not only how to make baby dresses and tablecloths.
At the end of the day.
Because the reusable part is going to...
Who uses tablecloth anyway right now?
It's going to have a greater impact in their life than baby dresses. It's good skills, but with the reusable parts skills, young people are able to make parts for their own. You know, one of the teachers at Ndaus Comprehensive who were part of the training, we made a follow-up. She was like, one of my students made a sanitary pads, and the mom said, I need you to make this for me because I don't want to use disposable pads
again.
So yeah, she is also doing very well, and we've been working together to train a lot of people on how to make sanitary pads. Because I think it's the most sustainable way than distributing. If I give you, what if you need it again? What if I teach you how to make it yourself? When you need it, you just get the materials. And
that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. So let's get on to the game.
Yes,
the callers are coming. They're the most important people anyway.
Yes.
So let's just allow them to keep coming. If the interruption is too much, we stop them and continue. But let's see what happens.
Yes. So back to the game. Like I said, it's a learning platform where young people can learn about their periods, how to manage themselves, and also the role of parents, communities, teachers, and government. Everyone has a role to play. So I'm glad that Vivian calls because I was working with her on the project.
Yeah, so we have a caller on the line.
Okay.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. What is your name?
My name is Lolly. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Do you have a question or a comment?
I have a comment.
Okay.
So, I wanted to talk about this menstrual hygiene thing. Like, most of the parents don't teach their kids.
Right.
And yeah, and growing up in local communities, kids, like you gave an example of yourself, would see menstruation at an early age and would not know who to talk to about it. So I don't know. So I was thinking maybe you guys could make a way or a communication whereas kids would get the opportunity to, learn more about menstruation. Yeah. Take an example of myself as well. I saw mine at a very young age, but then at grade 4, like you mentioned, I started to learn about everything. I went to an extender for almost 5 months. I seen my menstruation, was taking care of myself, and my parents had no idea about it.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. Till the last minute, my mom caught me off guard, and then I had to explain it to her.
Okay.
So your show is really interesting, and I'm really liking it. But if you guys could make a way for young kids to have the opportunity to know about it, because nowadays kids are seeing menstruation at 9, 10, a very young age. If that could be possible, it would be really helpful.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your contribution and sharing your personal story with us. And we are sorry about that experience.
So I think all their comments are just coming at the right time.
Yes.
Let me just explain this before we get another caller.
Yeah.
So what Lolly is just saying is what I was just about to say. So with the research that Vivian did, it shows that there is lack of communication between parent to child, especially the adolescent. So parents don't talk to their children, both boys and girls.
Right.
So adolescents go through a lot of psychological trauma, especially girls when it comes to their periods, issues around.
So we have a male caller, and you are encouraging that. So let's take this one. Assalamu alaikum. Nakanga Tuda, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, my name is Mr. Brame, Pastor Brame from Dampakunda, Base.
Yes, so do you have a comment or a question?
Yes, I have a comment.
So what we will do is you will listen to me using the phone and off the television completely. So off the television or turn down the video, take the video to 0.
Yes, I think your program is very important.
Yes.
Yeah, because the materials you are producing are environmentally friendly. Yeah, they are very good. But understand that 80% of Ugandan population, the people, cannot speak English.
They cannot speak English.
Yes, and quite a number of people, are interested in the program. So if you can at least take maybe 5 to 6 minutes to explain it in local languages.
Yes. No problem. So the other half, the final part will be in the local language. Quickly, we will just wrap up everything. Thank you so much. So we will just stop the callers now. We will just put the callers on hold, because if not, it seems we will not be able to play the game a little bit and also engage in the local language. So we will stop the calls for now. For the next 10 minutes, and then we focus on this, and then we'll open the lines for the panel part in the local language. So let's just quickly delve into this.
I think with the number of calls, I think you should be doing this every week.
I should, right? Yes.
So like I said, with regards to the research, parents don't talk to their children. Young people don't know anything about their health, especially their reproductive health.
Right.
Young people are getting themselves involved in drug abuse. You know, we have issues of infections, you know, teenage pregnancies,
Right.
you know. It's all because parents don't communicate. So that is why we said, let's develop something that will help parents and their children to break that communication barrier.
True.
You know, so with this learning platform, you can use it at home, at school, in the community, at workplaces, because we know that young people are addicted to games.
They are.
And for us to bring up boys and men, we have to bring in something that is related to sports.
Yeah.
So the concept of the board game, it's the Ludo and also the poker cards. We all play Ludo back home, and then men enjoy playing cards. So that is the component that we combine to have this game. So this learning platform helps people to learn in bits without knowing anything about the topic.
Okay.
So you don't have to know anything about the topic for you to teach somebody or for you to have a conversation with anybody.
Nice.
So the game, it's in a way that it doesn't measure your intelligence level. It's more of your emotional intelligence.
Okay.
You know, how do you interact with people? Are you open-minded? Do you want to talk about issues around periods? It's a taboo topic. So with this game, you can talk about taboo topics, topics that are complex or very sensitive. So it helps people to initiate conversations in a way that you will not feel uncomfortable. So we have rules that guide the game to make it very interesting.
Rules, drum rolls.
You know, so we have negative rules, positive rules, and neutral rules.
Okay.
Yes. So I would just invite you to come over, so that people, people just understand how it works.
Yeah.
So the game comes with, this represents the players.
Okay.
So because we are two, you just pick one color.
I just picked red.
Okay, I'll pick yellow. So we put this aside.
Okay.
So we have this dice. Okay. Because we are dealing with young people, we don't want them to be arguing who plays first or second.
Okay.
So once you toss the dice, the one with the highest number is the one who will start the game.
Okay.
Okay, you start. Just roll 6. 2.
I'm starting.
So if I have 6, we will have to roll the dice again. So that one person has to have a higher number. Yeah. So
and I got 6.
Yeah. So this is the only rule. The only rule of the dice. So
and it's gone.
Yes. So the game comes with question cards.
Okay.
We've realized that when you bring young people together in a classroom or hall, you have 2-hour session talking to them about menstrual hygiene or child marriage or FGM.
They get sleepy.
People get bored.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you do your evaluation, you realize that it's only little knowledge that is retained.
Right.
And so now we want people to learn about everything in a way that is entertaining.
Yeah.
They learn in bits.
Yeah.
And then they have fun and also have conversation.
Nice.
Let's not just sit down and look at one person.
Somebody's lecturing.
As if the person is the expert.
Yes.
You know, we all can have platform where we can share our perceptions and our experience.
True.
So we develop 150 questions.
Okay.
On menstrual hygiene. And we also have a question and answer booklet. Like I said, you don't need to know anything about the topic before you can play the game.
Right.
And with this platform, the Pune board game, you can play a game on period poverty, child marriage, female genital mutilation, mental health, sexual and gender
So it encompasses everything.
Everything. We can gamify anything that it's sensitive or complex.
Okay, nice.
Yes. So once you have this booklet, you can always confirm
if your answer is right.
True. Like you learn in bits. You don't have to stress yourself cramming anything.
Okay.
So here you will come and start here. You
So
will
that's
stand
the
here.
start
That's the starting
for
point.
me.
Yeah. So it's a raising game.
Okay.
Kunjaka we aga more win.
More win.
Yeah, it's not like you answer the most question, you are the winner.
Okay.
The first person to finish is the winner. Yeah.
Okay.
That is why I say it doesn't measure your intelligence level.
Okay.
You can answer all the questions correctly, but one of the rules will take you back, and I might answer just 1 or 2, and I win the game.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So when you pick a card, it has a question number. It has points.
Okay.
So the points are the ones in pink or red.
Okay.
And then you have the question number.
Okay.
So whatever you pick, that is what you answer. So if you answer it correctly, you move the points.
And I got the first question.
Yes. So once you answer it, if I'm not satisfied, I can always look at the book and confirm if it's correct or not.
Oh my God.
Or another thing is, like I said, you don't need to know the answer.
I'm getting scared.
You don't need to know the answer.
Yeah.
If you have it, if you don't answer it correctly, you just go and read for everybody to know the answer.
Okay.
It's learning in bits.
I mentor or look after a lot of kids in Gambia.
So
I don't want them to say.
What is your question?
I don't want them to say Jennifer does not know this.
So let's assume all of us, nobody know anything about the topic.
Okay.
It's a very
so the question
topic.
is, what is period poverty? So I'm supposed to answer.
Yes.
So for me personally,
in simple terms, it doesn't have to be any definition that is in any book.
Okay.
So in your own understanding,
what is
period poverty?
So I think just period poverty for me is the lack of access to sanitary products that girls are supposed to use when they're on their periods.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
so
now let's assume I don't trust Jennifer's answer.
Yes.
So what is your question number?
What is period poverty? Question 14.
So I will just come and open the question and answer booklet and confirm if Jennifer is answering.
It's correct.
Yeah, because you can have colleagues that are very smart. They will answer it even when they don't know the answer.
So
yes. So what is the point?
The point is 4.
4.
Yeah.
So now you move 4 points.
Okay, so I move 4 points.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. But now you are in a negative rule.
Okay.
Here it's a negative rule.
Okay.
So now what does this symbol mean?
Okay. This symbol means move back to starting point.
So now you move back to starting point.
Why?
Even if you answer it correctly, so the game is guided by the rules.
Really?
Yes. So it means you have to be very smart.
To be able to?
Yes. If you know when you answer the question, just to make it fun,
okay.
I will still go back to starting point.
I
might decide not to answer the
question.
question
For you. I don't want you to do that. Let me ask you. State 2 signs of period poverty.
So 1,
yeah,
you don't have access to sanitary pads.
Yeah.
2, you don't have knowledge on how to take care of yourself during your period.
So that is question 15.
Yes. So you can confirm.
I have to go find out if that answer is correct.
Yes.
So
and that is 4 points.
And that is 4 points.
So I can move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now I fall on a negative rule.
You have to go back to.
Move back to starting point.
Okay.
So I have to move back to starting point.
So it says, question 15, state 2 signs of period poverty. Signs of period poverty include lack of sanitary products during periods, lack of knowledge about healthy period management practices, lack of clean water, soap and toilets, and lack of bins and waste management systems to dispose of sanitary products.
Yes. So the booklet will give you a lot of answers. But just to make things easy, you are just asked to answer 2. And you're done. Yes, to just give 2 points.
Okay. So let's answer 2 more, and then we go to the local language. So this one is for me. State 2 examples of period taboos.
Yes.
State 2 examples of period poverty. Okay. One is that after your period, you have to take antibiotics to be clean, because when you're on your periods, you're not clean, so you have to take antibiotics to clean yourself. That's one I know. And another one that I know is when you're on your period, you're not supposed to cook because you're not clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would like to talk.
I got that.
Yes. I'd like to say something about the first point you made. I used to work in one pharmacy. Yeah. And a lot of young girls will come after their periods to buy antibiotics.
Yes.
Saying the same thing. They want to clean their
themselves.
Womb. The period coming out, it's already cleaning the womb. Yeah. The tissues that are not needed, it's coming out. So you don't need antibiotics after your period.
To clean
So you have 3 points.
3 points. That's 1, 2, and 3.
So now there is another symbol. You have a positive symbol.
Move 2 steps ahead.
So you move
1, 2.
Move 2 steps ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's it. I got it right.
Yes.
Next question.
What is period shaming?
Okay. What is period shaming?
Yes. So I would prefer not to answer it because it will still take me back to starting point.
So you want to go for a next one?
But I will just answer it for the sake of our viewers.
Yeah.
So period shaming, it's in simple terms when women and girls are being shamed for seeing their period.
Right.
You know, people tell you you are not clean.
Yeah.
you know, you are smelling, you know, they laugh at you for staying in your uniform, you know. You'll be struggling when buying sanitary pads. You have to struggle, you have to hide, you know. When you go to the shop, you want to buy sanitary pads, you see somebody, you just turn and pretend you want something.
Okay,
you know?
because you're ashamed and stuff.
And sometimes people will tell you, you cannot do this or you cannot cook. It's all
you cannot
putting
cook
shame on someone just
because the person is on their period. Yes. So let's find out if you got this right. I'm always finding out if you got it right.
What is the question number?
The question 43. So question number 43. What is period shaming? Period shaming is basically making women or girls feel ashamed or embarrassed because of the natural biological function of bleeding. True, you got it. Because I want to win, I'm going to take the last card. I want to win. So this one says, question number 138. Is it okay for boys, men to buy sanitary products and talk about periods openly? Yes or no? Yes, obviously. It's okay for men to do that.
Yes. So so you have 4 points.
I have 4 points now.
So you move
1, 2, 3, 4.
So it looks like Yenaba is going to win this
I
game.
won! Oh!
So it's very important that we have male involvement in addressing period poverty.
Right.
If you have a daughter, it is your responsibility as a parent to buy sanitary pads for them.
Yeah.
You don't expect someone else to buy sanitary pads for them.
Right.
I always say, you give your daughter money when going to school. You buy uniforms and exercise books
for them.
And you are leaving out something that is very, very important. Because once a child doesn't have sanitary pads, she can miss school. She can miss a lot of lessons from school.
True.
If that happens,
or even have a boyfriend to buy the pad for them.
I will come to that part. You know, when you miss lessons in school, you are losing. Nobody or none of your teachers will, you know, go back to explain what happened, especially if you miss 3 to 5 days. So it means after 5 days you are not in school, you've missed a lot of things. Before you know, your performance is poor.
Yeah.
If you are from a low-income family, your parents are struggling to put food on the table. They will say, okay, Fatmata, you are not performing well in school, so you drop out of school. If you are from a family that has this cultural or traditional belief that women are not supposed to be educated, the place of a woman is to get married, or they believe in harmful traditional practices, you can become a victim of female genital mutilation or become a victim of child marriage. When you go through that, now it's predisposing you from lack of sanitary pads, dropping out of school, becoming a victim of female genital mutilation, child marriage. Now you can, if you get pregnant, now you have an issue of teenage pregnancy. You can have complications during pregnancy or giving birth. You can have issues of maternal and child mortality coming on. Or you can even develop mental health issues as a young child. So it's very important that young people, and the issue that you raise, if you don't buy sanitary pads for you, know that your child will get it elsewhere. It's either she will save money for herself or somebody else will give her money. And there is this term called transactional sex. It's a non-commercial sexual relationship where women and girls from very poor families exchange sex for money so that they can get access to sanitary products. So they can have infections, you know, get pregnant,
sexually transmitted
being sexually abused or go through domestic violence just because they don't have just one item. And you as a father, that is your responsibility. Parents are supposed to provide sanitary pads for their kids. If you don't do that, anything that happens to the child along the way, it's your fault.
So let's now shift to the local language quickly, which was requested. Why Sibir lolu sa dama don tukki, understand ka? Munu ma remember ban airport la. So ma dem ba si airport bobu nonu, ma gis na dafa am bena facility bu fa nek dang lay mëna dispense condom. Comme condom ni mën nga ko am freely, comme da nga dem rek dispense ko dem. So I was looking around to check if there's somewhere I can also go and dispense
tampons or pads.
Or pads. I did not see any. Recently, I was having a conversation with another person. Every sibir neeg bi so ñëwé dañ la lay tégal condom ci ron jaganaay bi as pour goor bi. So ndax jigen bi bu dé jigen moy check-in tamit nañ ko tégal pad wala tampon wala cup wala dara momit si ron. So that's showing you ne nit ñi they would rather give condom for free boo xamante ne loolu sa xel nga àndal pour nga def wala ñaaka def ak boo xamante ne comme teyuloo ko sax boobu noonu foog mu ñëw so man mënu maa understand.
waaw so di nga gis ne am na dëkk yoo xam ne dëkk yu bëri man let's say in Germany university bu ma doon def internship.
waaw
si bathroom bi they have sanitary pads everywhere.
free da ngaa dem rek jël.
waaw so am nañ dispenser bu dee dispense tampons.
okay
even during my Mandela Washington fellowship suñ institution bi bathroom bi. had a dispenser where you can get tampons and sanitary pads.
Nice.
You just put coins and it you can get it. So dafa nekk rek people don't talk about periods.
waaw.
It's just léegi la nit ñi di ñëw di wax about periods sanitary pads.
léegi la kañ.
waaw. Now di nga gis ne àdduna bi everywhere. develop world bi underdeveloped because period poverty ñëpp la am affect.
ñëpp.
So soo gisee US la UK America Canada everybody ñëpp a ngi wax about period poverty because daf dee mun a yaaxa lu bëri si doomi aadama. comme lu ma la wax rek xale bu jigéen boo xam ne waajuraam yi jëndaluñ ko sanitary pad. mu toog mënut a dem school. mu toog moromaam yi raw ko. mu yaaga mu bàyyi school because du dee pass exam.
waaw
xam nga mu dem be mu ne xaaral ma dem sëy.
waaw
sa morom yi raw nañ la. di nga gis ñoo xam ne tamit seen parents yi am nañ xaalis ñu ngi leen noo jëndal paat waaye duñ toog ak ñoom waxtaan ak ñoom. di nga am paat bi ñu jox la paat sooy gis period waaye duñ la wax exactly naka nga war a toppatooyee sa boppa ak wala ñu wax la ne góor su laale sa ween bi di nga biir.
waxuñ la ne
soo nekkee ak góor si lëndëm di nga biir façon yooyu noonu rek lañ laa wax waaye léegi. aduna bi fu nekka ñëpp a ngi wax about period poverty because mu ngi def yaaxu yu bëri. xale yi nekkuñ di dem school wala xale yi seen jànga baa ngi yaaxu mu ngi affect nit ñi seen liggéey bi. because yow tey soo amee very severe crime nga ñëw liggéey fii nii sa liggéeykaay understand nuñ ne tey jéena ba mu ngi am pain mënut a read news. su fekkee somebody is not understanding ba nekka mu yuuxu sa kaw aggressive xam nga. that's form of violence.
It is.
So dañ war a understand ne jigéen bi suy gis period am bi métit bi mun na koo sonal mun naa affect a lot of things. mun naa affect sa liggéey bi. mun naa affect sa schooling bi mun naa even affect sa business bi. su fekkee man maa ngay jaay ma am small business. may jaayantu njënde njaay o may jaayantu ma am biir bu métti naxa bu métti because of period bi wala aw ma paat xam nga bés boobu noonu du ma dem jaay. loolu dafa affect suma business bi waaye su dee am naa paat wala ma xam ne su ma demee paat bi mu ngi yomba wala ma xam ne su ma soxlee paat su ma demee si bitig bi dinaa am paat si njëg bu yomba du ma woori waaye because paat bi dafa seer it's very expensive paat bi dafa seer ba pare soo ko jëndee paquet bi lu fa nekk du bëri soo ko usee pour nga change sa problème la public place yi amuñ wanak yoo xam ne it's very conducive soo demee yaa sa paat baa ngi stain danga ko bugg a change wanag bi amut bunta wala wanag bi mu ngi si melokaay boo xam ne
doo mun a confortable
doo fa mun a dugga sax wala wanag bi nga bugg a change sa paat bi amuloo sa dustbin boo war a
dugal
waaw loolu yëpp daf dee
nekk
sonal
so quickly si local language si olof nga go over samples yi nit ñi am ñu ubbi line si waat si lu gaaw rek ñu ubbi waat line si 5050505 su line si ni moo ubbee ñuy demaale si lii tamit.
waaw comme ku kooloon rek nu mu ko waxee. ñuy seetaan ñu bëri local language bi lañ préfère. so ñu ngi leen andil disposable pad. lii moom xam naa ñëpp xam nañ ko. ñëpp lu bëri nit ñi lii lañ dee use aside from morceau buñ dee use. disposable pad bi mooy pad boo xam ne da nga koo use soo ko usee su amee juróom-benni waxtu 4 to 6 hours wala bul seet ne dama ko war a use juróom-benni waxtu su demee ba nga xam ne léegi fees na wala ngay feel ne mu ngi diis nga dem nga change ko balaa ngaa taxal sa boppa bii nag soo ko usee benn yoon rek nga ko mun a use waaye soo ko usee suba ba guddi dina tax nga mun a am infection moo tax ñu bari ñu dee am infection because yaa ngi use benn pad bi suba ba ngoon comme lu ma laa wax rek pad bi dafa seer soo amee 10 pads yow yaa ngi gis sa period 7 days so di nga bugg a manage pad bi so dafa tax yow di nga use pad bi ba suba ba ngoon so nga lifin deret bi but at the end di nga am infection
am nañ benn koola ñu jël ko si lu gaaw rek salaamaaleykum.
Good evening, Jay.
Naam.
Osman.
Thank you so much for calling.
How are you?
I'm good. Do you have a comment or a question?
Yeah, this is a very, very important topic. Yeah, particularly in schools,
right,
university schools. The sanitary aspect is it needs to be adjusted. Public toilets in school and dustbins. This is where this thing can be discarded, and it's a constant. I think you need to emphasize more on that.
Right.
People really face a lot of difficulties in dealing with situations like that.
That's true.
Yeah, I think.
So are your girls, are you watching with your girls?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not home yet.
Okay.
But I was just listening on the car radio.
Oh, nice.
And I come across this. I said, let me at least drop a comment.
Yeah, but I'll send you the link and you'll send it to the girls, just so they also watch. How's that?
No problem.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you for calling. So, comme luñ doon wax rek, disposable part bi daf dey andi lot of jafe-jafe. Comme ni nga waxee, aside from yow sa health bi, because lii dafa ànd ak chemical ak plastic, mun na laa affect. Am na ñoo xam ne dañ dee am races ñu rocceeku.
Waaw
because yaa ngi ko use for a long time. Loolu su si jógee ko, nga dem si wanag boo xam ne amuloo dustbin. Wala yow xamuloo lii noo ko war a discarder, disposer. Because xam nañ ne fii mbalit yi lu nekk lañ dee sànni si benn mbalit.
duñ ko dee segregation.
Because menstrual waste bi warut a bokk ak yeneen mbalit yi. Da ngaa gis mbalit bu tegu béy yi ak xar yi ganaar yi ñëpp xam nga ñu ñëw lifin loolu wala xale yi nekk si mbalit bi mun naa jox xale yi
feebar
biir bu daw ak yooyu. So disposable part bi kenn bu mu ko war a floss soo ko flossee rek dafa block sewage system. loolu moo dee andi problème si school si wala public place yi.
soo ñu jël last call si guddi bi rek last su ko defee ñu mën a go over lii mu gaaw parce que time jeex na. salaamaaleykum.
waaleykum salaam.
Fine, thank you. Do you have a question or a comment?
I have both.
Okay, so quickly let's receive it.
I am Salimatu Bari from Sibano.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, like based on this menstrual education, menstrual hygiene education, like sometimes even when teachers are explaining in class, even girls find it difficult to listen to them. They will be like shy to listen to them.
That is true.
Yeah, and I don't see like girls should be shy when they are being taught about it. It's normal. Like when sometimes you try to talk to them about it, they'll be asking you, aren't you shy the time you are saying it? But I see this is something very normal.
How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
Okay, and when did you see your period? At what age?
I saw it in like grade 6.
Same age? Oh, nice, grade 6. And that must have been challenging. But
and the first day I saw it, it was like, but I normally see like elder sister the time she show you, so I didn't find it very difficult. But I first consulted my teacher because I was in a Red Cross camp, so I consulted my teacher. He explained it to me. So then, then I came back home and talked to my mother. So she told me many things about it.
Okay.
But girls sometimes they find it difficult to even talk to their mothers.
Okay.
As for me, I don't even have problem to talk to even my male brother.
Oh, nice.
Because I find it so, like, I don't see anything that girls should say. I'm sorry to talk about this. This is something very normal.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Smart girl there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Quickly. So, film nekk dafa mel ni time bi dafa jeex.
Time bi jeex na. So, quickly rek, lu ñoo wax rek. Disposable part
2 minutes. So, call us mom. Film nekk ni, that was the last caller. Wow.
So, disposable part bi, ñu ngi ñaan rek kenn bu mu ko floss. Jëlal rek nga wrap ko si paper, def ko si dustbin. Pour nga mun a save everybody from it. So, bi mooy panty liner bi. Panty liner bi ñu bëri dañ dee mistake ñu use ko as part. Soo ko amee bi maybe last day si wala first day bi just pour nga bañ sa yére bi taxa nga use ko waaye soo ko usee time boo xam ne yaa ngi naaca heavily di nga stain sa yaram bi. So bi mooy reusable part boo xam ne da nga koo use nga fóot ko weer ko wala passé ko nga useaat ko di nga ko mën a use.
Send QCell number bi balaa ñoo tàggatoo.
Girls Pride, they can get us on Facebook.
Or Facebook. Wow. Why send QCell number?
Dina la jox number si suñ pare.
Wow. Why cramulo QCell number bi?
Cramu ko 35 how man naka cramu ko.
Okay.
Have a QCell number.
Okay. Wa baxna.
So bi dang ko use nga foot ko, use ko. Ding ko mëna use for 2 years. Wa. Bi menstrual cup la ak menstrual discs yoo xam ne fii ñu bari xamuñ ko. waaye ñu ngi jàngal nit ñi rek comme ku ko bugg a use tamit you can contact us pour ñu xam waaw waaye comme nuñ ko waxee rek every year dañ dee ñëw fii nii rek pour ñu jàngal nit ñi about period bi and ñu wax nit ñi ne it's normal nit ñi dañ war di waxtaanee yi yaay yi ak papa yi nañ toog ñuy waxtaan ak seen doom yi nañ jàngal seen doom yi teachers yi tamit ñu dee bàyyi rus bi ñu dee jàngal yaay bi su ko defut na ko teacher bi def pour ñu mën a save xale bi
waaye dafa mel ni time bi moom jeex na waaye Fatoumata jërëjëf si laaka bu nekk jërëjëf si li nga dee ñëw fii every year di amaa ñun conversation bi waaye dafa mel ni time bi jeex na tak ba next year inshallah nañ ko waxee noonu rek thank you to all the callers thank you so much thank you